So they did get that ban, smart ban coming out, that 5th ban coming out from Extraction, right? Not leaving him up again for Gosu General to run, which we just saw him dominate the last match. So we're about to see who they pick here for a jungle. And what do you think it's going to be, Ben? We going Assassin? Are we locking in that Assassin? We're going in Claude Marksman, right? And the chat's been talking about this all night, hoping to see the Gosu General Claude. And I'm excited to see it. It's going to be a great matchup against that Natan. Two real strong hypers coming from the MM field, Ben.
Yeah, I think somebody in the chat said something like 97% win rate on the Claude for Gosu General. So this is a crazy good pocket pick for him. Now, we know Claude weak in the early game, right? But that late game team fight is unstoppable. So I think you're seeing the late game scaling. Natan's probably going to hit his spike earlier than the Claude, right? It just depends on who gets going. But the Paquito and the YG are going to buy him so much space in with the dive that Claude can provide, and a little bit of poke that Claude can use to finish it off with his DPS. And the Farsa to round it up. A great team comp coming out from Gosu right now. Honestly, a little bit of a weird comp, I would say, coming out from the side of Extraction. We're now locking an export jungle in the Kagura in the mid lane. Kagura or Lilia was banned, so I'm guessing Kagura is the next pick for them. But, man, I think in draft right now, it looks like Gosu is going to take it. Angela or Matilda, I can take either one. I think it's going to be the Matilda. I think it gives a lot more for the team to work around. And I'm going to give draft to Gosu on this, man. I think getting on the Claude, you have Farsa and Matilda. Those are really top level picks, man. And export jungle we don't see much anymore, so I'm interested to see how that plays out in this game.
Well, you see the swap coming from Gosu General over here, picking up Paquito jungle and putting Claude in that off lane to answer back to that Borg jungle we're seeing on the side of Extraction. So I like what I'm seeing here. I like the swap coming from Gosu General, putting Claude up there, because like you talked about, he was going to be slow early game, right? And he did need that scale. Paquito is just a beast coming out of the gate. He's going to be very strong, and he's going to really cause some damage for Extraction over there. So I'm going to give this draft, especially with the Farsa, the Matilda, the Yuzong. I'm going to give this draft to Team Gosu, and we'll see if the Natan scale from Extraction will come out and benefit for him here.
Yeah, so we're starting game 1 of the best of 5 series in our semifinal match between Team Gosu and Extraction. Now, everybody thinks Team Gosu is going to roll them over and Extraction's the underdog here. But Extraction's been here to play, man. They deserve to be here, and you're about to find out why.
And like you said, so I think the early game, you're going to see Team Gosu be a little bit aggressive here. I don't know if Extraction, knowing what Team Gosu is capable of, but we saw Extraction come out, and they are aggressive. They can play aggressive. But you got Phoveus matched up against the Yuzong down on bottom. It's going to be a great matchup. You've got Natan and Claude up top. I think Natan takes that early game against the Claude. He's going to be a real big issue up there, so you'll probably see them have to rotate somebody up to that top lane to help out the Claude. But the aggression is coming, and Extraction is trying to get this early pick here. Are they going to get it, Ben? First blood going against the Yuzong of all players on the map. Yuzong getting taken down, Ben. Did you expect Extraction to come out with a first blood pick over Team?
No, and honestly, Farsa's in trouble here. Got 2 people. She's got flame shot out of a bird shot. That's going to be Farsa going down in the mid lane for the 2-0 Extraction start. Things are in ruins right now for Gosu, and we know this team takes a minute to get going, but how much are you going to get over in the early game to get going? And I think it was a really intelligent swap putting Claude into the gold lane, because Paquito would have been really hard countered going against Phoveus, and they would have been dogged in that lane. So I think it's a smart pick. Just the versatility of these players, being able to play something different, play something weird, and we're off to a 2-0 start from Extraction. The underdogs are taking it to them, Tank.
I tell you, I didn't think either team was going to play really aggressive here, knowing the hero lineups, but I was wrong. Extraction is here. They are absolutely rotating as a team. They are playing very aggressive. Borg, the jungler, already sitting at level 4. You know he's ready to pop that ult and burst in, because he's durable as is, even not as a jungler. You throw him with those 2 buffs, he's going to be a very strong hero.
Big engage
again in the middle. Farsa barely gets out and puts her ult down, taking Kagura out. I really thought it was going to be another pick for Extraction, but what a recovery there from Team Gosu, Ben.
Yeah, man. Kagura going down to the mid lane. Farsa getting a little bit of revenge for last time. I like to see it. Now we've got a rotation up the top lane to punish this Claude a little bit. Raph doesn't really need to babysit the lane for Natan. I think she's just coming over here to counter engage the Matilda that may be coming up to give Claude some support. So smart rotations from both teams here, playing to their win condition. They know both these marksmen are so important. If one can get a massive advantage over the other, it's going to be big trouble for the other team. But Extraction, man, starting out, they traded a 1-for-1 even in that last kill, so they're they're up 3-1 in kills. They have 1,000 gold lead in 3 minutes. Gosu taking a little bit of time to get going as this turtle's been started up. We may see a team fight around as both teams are grouping up. But honestly, the advantage right now has gone to the team with the export running in for this turtle. He's able to restart it, bump out, restart it again. He has so much damage in the extended team fight as it goes to true damage. These two teams rotating back to turtle. Haven't seen one really pick it up. I think both teams are kind of scared to do it, and General does leash it out. He may start it up here. Blue team had to go back, and we saw Claude go deep on a ton in the top lane, take a lot of health bar off of him. So both marksmen have to go back, and Gosu has started it. Farsa starts up her ultimate, pushing the Raffaello away, does a little bit of damage. Kagura, she's in the backline, maybe caught off here by the Matilda and the YZ engaged in the backline. She is getting low. YZ's going to jump down right here and try to finish the kill off. Does get a lot of damage onto both of them. Neither member falls as coming back into the fight. Gosu and Mikasa now picked off by the Phobius, who's diving in with the export. The ultimate is going to finish it off. Another kill for Extraction. Turtle is taken. This is a big move for Extraction, Tank.
Absolutely. I mean, you look where it looked like Extraction was really holding down that turtle, and that board was able to poke and keep pushing off Team Gosu. But then Extraction got a little too deep, and Team Gosu was able to take the turtle, right? But Extraction answers right back with that and says, okay, your Yuzong did push us off, you did take the turtle, and board, being as durable and bursty as he is, goes in there. You got a fight going on at top lane here, Ben. Do we get another pick coming from Team Gosu?
I don't think so, man. Raffaello made a great, but it may be a re-engage onto Eugen as Kagura dives in with a flame shot, and he takes it. What a perfect play from Kagura, punishing the overextension by Team Gosu. And honestly, Extraction is taking it to Gosu in this early game, man. Not sure about that Claude scaling late game. We have a Paquito into the Phobius in mid lane. Not sure what's going to happen there, as Phobius will have the advantage. But on to it, man. On the screen, you see Raffaello and Natan trading in support versus support, and it was such a good rotation over from Extraction to save that Natan from that 4-man dive and then punish the extension. As we have two members going in this turret, will Phobius be able to outplay the turret? Minions have gone down, and Mikasa stays a little bit, goes down to half health, but Paquito and the YZ, man, just able to get in and get out just that quick. I expect Phobius to do big late game damage to this with the pack jumping around, giving him stacks, but right now that Phobius is being staved off by the YZ in the offlane.
And how about the gameplay coming from Team Gosu here? The macro gameplay I'm talking about. We're looking at a 5-to-1 kill ratio, but the burst damage, Farsa's coming in. This does not look good for Extraction. Does she still have her ult? Is she able to burst this down?
Oh, what a play from Matilda. She jumps over with the flicker and gets up for the trade for the double kill. Matilda with the plays. What a 5-head flicker there to jump off the target with the flicker and hit for the last hit, and then rewarded with a double kill. A 2-for-1 trade in the top lane will result probably in a turret take as well, and Extraction counters that by starting the turtle up. But members of Gosu members are down on the turtle now. They know what's going on as members from the base. Farsa's rotating over, has Extraction pushed out too far into this team. Paquito's really low. He may get taken down here. That is the smite off the board, and that means Extraction will take the turtle. But they're low, and YZ pushing back. He will get taken off by the Phobius dive. Phobius diving again into double kill on Farsa. YZ is really low as they bar on down on Matilda. Claude is coming over. He does have his ulti up. He may be able to do the damage. A lot of damage coming off for Claude. It's still early game, so it's not that much, but he does get the kill on export, answering one of those kills back. YZ dives in again. The Matilda is here, and they're starting to fight back. Onto the more, oh man, it's a 3-for-1 trade as they back off, and that's going to be the end of the turret. But look at the map state. Natan, left alone on the top side, takes that turret back. Now it's 1 turret to 0, and Extraction taking it to Gosu. Gosu's fought back a little bit in these kills, but Extraction's still not gone out of the team fight as they're bearing down the mid lane. I do believe Natan will be able to clear this alt tank.
But look at the turrets right now. Look at what Team Gosu is doing, even with Extraction playing as well as it can. Natan just bursting down a hero right there. Absolutely massive. Team Gosu is now taking 2 turrets off the map compared to 0 on the side, or compared to 1 on the side of Extraction. But Extraction having great gameplay here, being very aggressive with that Borg. But is it enough? I mean, Team Gosu just playing phenomenal here. Even when they lose these picks, even when they lose these heroes, they're going after these objectives, and they're really, really working the map here and using every...
Oh!
Farsa in trouble here, Ben. Did we...
Huge engage, but now it's punished by General as he's popping back in. Farsa almost taken out. These two teams are bloodthirsty as it gets, diving each other under their turrets and barely slinking away. Honestly, high-level micro gameplay coming out from both these teams, getting in and doing the damage, and people are escaping with a little bit of health. But Gosu is now extended on the mid lane. There's not much help. This will be mid lane turret going down as Natan's facing off and Claude in the bot lane. Natan does flicker out and gets away just barely. The Claude is now scaled to the point of the game where he is going to be a problem. anytime. And Natan's in trouble, 4 men going down, and you even got the Raph even maybe extending as well. But Natan is picked off by the rotation, stayed a little bit long in that lane, and now you have a 5v4 in the favor of Gosu. But they trade it back onto the Paquito, who extended a little bit general, just out of position and gets caught by the Raph stun and taken down. Not sure if there'll be any more action. Turtle is up as these two teams are 1-for-1 tank.
And you're looking at we're looking at a 500 gold difference, which is absolutely nothing 8 minutes into this game. Turtle coming up. Team Extraction doing a great job, right? Being very aggressive, knocking down these heroes, taking them out. But Team Gosu just answers back. They're down 3 kills. Same gold level. They answer back with objectives. And will they get it here? It does look like Extraction's taking this. But did they overextend? Is Team Gosu going to pay for this here, Ben?
Diving in again, the Phobius with the ultimate. He is picked out, though. He is stunned. Will it be enough? Huge damage on the side of Gosu, but he is taken out. As Extraction looks to dive with the export ultimate. Still up, still usable. He still can't ulti. Gosu pushing back into the fight. Rafaela's on the edge of the fight. She can barely do anything but heal on the outside, but Natan flickers in for the kill. Will he get it over the wall with the ulti? And now Claude's here in the team fight. They have to retreat at the risk of the Claude re-engage. Excellent team fight from both squads there. I think it's a 2-for-1 trade overall. Extraction still squeaking out the lead in some of these team fights. Able to pick up 2 turtles thus far. Extraction taking it to Gosu, but Gosu definitely isn't out of this game. Eugen's 1-4 on Farsa. Hasn't had a great game starting this, but who's got the kills tank? Claude, 3-0, preparing to carry this late game.
You really see Claude actually getting in these team fights, really rotating well and coming down and putting the damage down, right? So we know Borg, especially with those buffs, is an absolute powerhouse in these team fights, but Claude's getting right in there and cleaning up everything for the side. Oh my God, the first damage on Paquito of all heroes right there. Absolutely huge from Extraction. I think they're going to keep this up here, Ben. They do need objectives here. They're going to try and pick, but they have, look at the gameplay coming from Team Gosu. Extraction couldn't push that because there were minions already beaten down on this turret on top lane, Ben.
Yeah, macro, Gosu's winning, right? But I'm seeing some mistakes come out from General, and that is so uncharacteristic of him, right? Maybe because he had to switch on the Paquito, he wanted the Claude, right? But then they had the Phobius, so they couldn't run the pack and the landed to get dominated. So they had to switch off, and I'm just seeing General make some positional errors with the Paquito here, and he's being punished. We talk about teams being able to punish mistakes, and Extraction is doing it. They're punishing this Paquito every time he gets a little too far engaged. But to be fair, there's not really anybody else playing in the front line setting up the team. YZ has not been, and YZ gets a kill onto Natan. I don't know where that happened on the map, but excellent for Natan to go down again, man. You want to get as many kills onto this guy as you can, delay him as much as you can in this game, because this game is starting to be about Claude versus Natan in this late game showdown of these 2 really late game scaling marksmen. I think, honestly, it's going to go in favor of the Claude because he's such a hype per late game scaling hero. He can take all 5 down. So can Natan, but we're better known for Claude doing this. Gosu starts up the Lord, and there's nobody from Extraction even nearby, honestly. Natan just respawned, but Matilda's pushing off the export on the red buff, and then Lord goes down. I'm not sure if Extraction even knew what was going on, and Gosu takes the Lord and backs away, waiting for the spawn, and gonna get some turrets here in this push tank.
Now that Lord play all came about from that Yuzong pick on the Ton up top, right? Forcing those minions to that turret on top lane. And then Extraction didn't have a choice. They were at Lord and ready to go, but they had to push off because Natan got picked. They had to go address that top lane where there was minions. So what a great play by that Yuzong to literally give Team Gosu a free Lord right there. Yeah. And then Matilda just kind of giving vision just to make sure that they knew it was going to be a free Lord. You know, pushing off that Borg was their only threat. Natan came back with probably, 10% HP of the Lord already being taken out, so they didn't have a chance here. But you got Lord just strolling down top lane with an entire team of Team Gosu behind him here, Ben.
Yeah, Gosu's pushing into this, and when like Kagura's been caught out, honestly, just kind of taking an L for her team to be able to clear Lord and not lose anything. That might have kind of been a 5-headed play. She went on to Farsa to try to get the kill, and honestly trades her life for their team to take out Lord. They may not lose an inhibitor here, which I thought they were destined to, honestly. We'll see if Gosu General can catch him off here in the engage. It doesn't look like so, but man, the story of this different Gosu team, they're a different team with Mikasa playing in the XB lane. The dives are so much more clean. It looks like a more united team. Farsa starts the ultimate, a lot of damage onto the members of Extraction, and they're going into this turret, but they don't have any minions. Extraction has done such a good job of clearing the waves, and Gosu's put on so much macro pressure, but Extraction here doesn't allow him to get an inhibitor, and that is a big deal for the side of Extraction.
We're looking at a 5k gold lead for Team Gosu, right? Which is absolutely massive, especially in the side for that Claude, who showed us he's got some damage, right? But he's starting to scale now. He's really going to start getting that damage with this. So it's just going to be so hard for Extraction to come back right now and really try. They're going to have to turtle up. They need but Team Gosu is not allowing it to happen. Team Gosu is going to keep the pressure on. Most likely they'll have to wait for this next Lord, but if they start invading, they start taking these buffs here, Team Gosu is not making this easy for Extraction. And we said it earlier, right? Extraction can't make mistakes against a Barca coming down with some massive damage here. I mean, Ben, what does Extraction do here? Do they turtle up? Do they try to extend? Do they go out to their buffs? Do they just play safe and realize that they aren't ready for these team fights, being down 4K gold? I mean, what can they do here?
I think they need a really, really strong team fight, punishing a positional error from Gosu. And Gosu, unfortunately, has shown us a few of those in this game. But the opportunity for Extraction to take this game without, putting in the caveat of a Gosu mistake has the window's already passed. Uzi's 3-0-5, man, on a Claude who is going to roll this late game. And yeah, Paquito's not been such a hot performance, but this Farce is going to give so much pressure. And honestly, they're just pushing them, keeping them locked in their base, keeping them locked in this base for the next 60 seconds. They're going to rotate and take the Lord, hopefully without a lot of contention. But if Extraction is smart here, they're going to get into that jungle and get position on this Lord early. They're not being totally pushed off the map. They don't have inhibitors down, so get into that Lord jungle. Make sure you can access it, and Gosu can't just lock you out of that area.
Everyone was really excited to see General Gosu play Claude, right? And then you put Uzi on Claude, and he's blowing it away, right? He's absolutely coming out, showing you how to play this hero. He's 3-0-5. He's been a part of almost every single team kill on the side of Team Gosu. So great gameplay from Uzi. He's going to start, he's already scaling, right? Natan is starting to scale, so he might come up and cause him some trouble here. We got a Lord.
Natan a little bit in trouble. He does get picked off, staying in that off lane a little bit too long, man. Matilda and Claude just doing just enough damage to pick this guy off. He didn't even burn Flicker. Not sure if that was a good decision or not. Sometimes you want to save it if you know you're dead, and don't expend the battle spell as well. But that's going to be 30 seconds, 25 seconds on Natan left, and that gives Gosu complete control of the Lord again. Again, when Lord is coming up, they get a pick on Natan, and they take Lord for free. This is the same mistake repeated twice from Extraction, and Gosu's not a team that will let you get by with making too many mistakes. Big damage onto Kagura. She's got to go as well, but is Farsa too deep? Farsa is too deep, and she's punished. And this may be the opportunity that Extraction needs to go to that Lord. Now with Farsa off the table, Natan's coming back up, and it's Gosu who's down a member with this Lord fight. YZ does engage in the back line. Matilda taking a lot of damage in the front line. They're on to the Lord, though. The Lord percentage health, it's going down. It's down to 20%. What can they do? The junglers have backed off of it. Neither wants to give the smite fight over. And into the backline, Claude goes, doing a lot of damage. He has to get out. And the Lord is taking Kagura! Kagura from Extraction takes the Lord. Gosu coming down. What will it cost here as Matilda dives into the backline? She is annihilated by the team force and still gets out. Nobody from Extraction punishes that. She does have her mortality. It would have cost a little bit. But Matilda diving into 5 members and escaping? How can you allow that to happen with Extraction? Now, Extraction has a Lord pushing in those lanes. Gonna get some turrets off this. Hopefully, get some more of the gold onto the side of Extraction. What a steal from Kagura of all people, Tank.
Even with Uzi coming in there with the ult, really laying down the damage, which you thought Gosu just set that so well with Uzi and Matilda taking that pick on Natan on bottom lane. They still came in, and Extraction came in and took that. And we thought, we say it all the time, these one big team fight, one big objective can change everything, and we just saw it at Lord. So we're going to see what Extraction can do with Lord just trucking down top lane here. You see Natan on bottom lane. You've got 3 members from Extraction in the middle lane. There's great pressure coming up on everybody. Natan rotating over. They are going to try and take this middle lane here, but is Natan going to come in and clean this up here,
Ben? Oh, they may have extended here. Natan's coming into this fight, and they've got to get out of dodge. Farsa lays the cover fire down for them to get back out. But you saw Phobius taking into the top lane, man. He wants that fight. He wants that smoke. And it looks like YZ is really low. He may get taken down here. And he takes out Kagura before he does die. Phobius chasing him down, but that buys so much time for the Lord to be taken down. And Gosu straying apart this team fight from Extraction, not letting them dive with that Lord. Only lose 2 turrets into a Lord take. They weren't going to get much more than that, but YZ will eventually be taken down, and he's going to lose immortality as well. What can they do now for this 1-for-1 trade? Kagura's dead. She's going to be coming back about 20 seconds earlier. Claude's in a little bit of trouble here with export. He can easily skill out of that and get out. Paquito's pushing out the bottom lane. I do believe that Gosu staunched the bleeding from this Lord steal that Extraction's been able to put up. They're looking up for a mid-game dive. You're going to have Farsa putting a lot of damage, and can Matilda dive in with it? I think they're just looking to push out their lanes, man. As you can see, the macro play from Team Gosu coming into that bot lane, making people answer the push of Paquito, Tank.
Yeah, that Gosu General pushing that bot lane that you're talking about, forcing Extraction to come off of that middle where they were 3 strong and rotating down to that bottom lane, really helping out his team back there, because it did look like for a second Extraction once again was going to push up, but with that Farsa ultimate coming out, with the Uzi damage and Claude coming out, and Gosu General pushing that bottom lane, Extraction does have to pull back off, and we're at a map reset once again. Our gold is within 1,000 from both sides. You're looking at an even matchup when it comes to kills, even matchup when it comes to gold, even matchup when it comes to those team fights, because both teams are answering back. Even when Gosu General was going to go up there with Uzi, and they were going to take that Lord. Uzi started that Lord knowing that Natan was out of there, and Kag came in from Extraction and still took it. So I love the give-take coming from both sides right now. This is the match we were hoping for, that Extraction would bring to the game. This is the match we're getting right now, Ben.
What a match. It's completely defying expectations of what we had coming into this. And Extraction came to play, boys. Gosu who? I'm seeing Gosu played down to the level of not that we expect them to, man, playing down to maybe some teams that we expect to be lower, but underdogs are coming out fighting, man. These guys have taken it to them. It is 14-13, 18 minutes in, gold is tied. We've had a Lord each side. Now, don't get me wrong, Gosu has a little bit of a late game scaling advantage. They have a map advantage just out of turrets, right? But neither team's lost an inhibitor. It is dead even in this mid game tank, and this is exactly what we want to ask for, man. The hype, and NA is bringing it to this tournament.
Well, we're not looking at a 12-minute game. We're sitting at 19 minutes. We've got another 25 seconds until this Lord is up. That is the next goal. Both teams are going to try and play this map to set themselves up the best way they can. You can see Phoebe is trying to push out that lane on top, but the rest of the team, 9 members, all sitting here around the bottom side of Turtle. And Farsa putting out that ult. Yuzong is going to go in deep. Who's going to get cleaned up here, Ben? Massive team fight. Natan getting
big engagement into the backline by YZ. Natan's doing a little bit of cleanup. He's down, though. And now Extraction re-engages with the Paquito dive, excuse me, the Phobia's dive. Now Claude in the background doing tons of damage to the backline. Gosu's low, Extraction's low. Who gets the best of this team fight? Is it 5v4? Matilda pushes in. Farsa with another ultimate. Will she be able to claim somebody's life here? But she is pulled in by the export, giving up his immortality. Will he punish for it? He does not get punished for it. They're out. Matilda dives in. Will she be punished for this? As a 4-man dive under 2 turrets in the next, they've got to punish Matilda for this. They do break the immortality. She's not going to have any help, and Matilda finally goes down. She has done such a good job of interrupting. Uzi is taken really low by the Lord. We almost saw the Lord take out Uzi himself. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Now 1-for-2 as Farsa takes out the Kagura. It looks like they were trying to chase Gosu through the jungle. It pressed a little bit too far. Farsa turned around with the ultimate artillery cannon and bummed him down, man. Lord has been stopped and maybe picked. It is reset again. So now both teams walk out again. We have a dead even matchup, 4-4, as they both approach Lord. Neither team's taking it right now because they don't trust him. We've just had a steal go over from the side, but this time Extraction's got position on the Lord in the bushes as they press through this Lord, making sure Gosu can't shut them out of this team fight tank.
And Natan being on bottom right forces him out of this team fight, forces their MM not to go to this Lord. And Uzi is up there. Gosu does have the position on this Lord. They do have the members in the right play. But like you said, they just can't right now. We've seen all members around a Lord and someone come up and snake a Lord. You've got the Kag burst, you got the Kag flame shot coming through. So it's just great gameplay from both sides. The turrets are sitting exactly where they were 4.5 minutes ago. The gold is exactly where it was for the last 10 minutes. We do look like we're both setting up. Both teams are going to play. All 10 members coming back for the Lord. This is going to be it. This play right here, whether it's a team fight or the Lord. Big damage coming for Farsa. It looks like, it does look like Extraction is going to push up, but they're going to have to reset. The burst damage taking out Yujin right now is absolutely huge, but it's a 1-for-1 trade again. So who benefits out of this? Who's still left to take this team fight to the Lord, Ben?
Extraction takes the lead here because they have such a big push on the bottom lane. YZ has to answer it. Now they're starting up the Lord, begging Gosu to fight him 4v3. Let's go. Both mages are dead with a trade pick in the mid lane. As we run into this, Matilda's so tanky and offers so much engage. She may be getting a little extended, but Paquito gets into the back line. Natan's left open, so he has to retreat. He cannot push any further through it as Paquito pushes back off. Both teams jockeying for position on this Lord, trading poke, trading skills, and the General goes in for a little bit of damage onto the blue team. YZ flies into the back line. Will he be able to engage? And now Claude's here doing so much damage to the Phobias. Why is he in the back line alone? And 3 members, he does take somebody's down on the mentality. He will be bursted down eventually, but so does the Phobius. They trade XP laners as both dives into 3 on the other side. An even trade from both teams. We're stuck deadlock at 22 minutes. They dive in with the Claude ultimate. Claude's providing so much damage into the back line. Claude takes him out. He does burn mentality, but he has to back off, and it will not be punished. Just an immortality down. It's a 1-for-1 trade. No, actually, YZ doesn't get taken down. Only Phobius. It looks like they weren't able to punish the burn of immortality on Mikasa, and now they're running back with a 5v4 advantage into the Lord. This time, Farce is pushing up the mid lane, and Gosu has complete control of the Lord thus far. They've got it down to 80%. I'm not sure if they'll be able to take this without a contest. It looks like there won't be a contest coming out from the side of Extraction. Raphael is poking around, does get some vision. Now Natan's pushing in with a little bit of damage, but he's already used his ulti. He cannot push any further. And mega kill onto Kagura. She does get picked from the side of the general. He flies off that Lord and takes down Kagura. They're pushing in. Farsa may come in with the ultimate here, but she's extended. She's alone. Will she be punished here? It looks like the Flicker is going to come over, and she does get punished by Natan, and she's gone too far. 4 members into 3 of Extraction, into the diving team of the Gosu General finally going in again. And now they backed off Lord again. Lord still hasn't been taken. This is another set from our last game, man. 5, 6, 7 minutes of passing back. 1 kill, 2 kill. Onto this Lord. Nobody taking Lord. It's interesting to see both teams back off this and chill off for a second, Tank.
You see Gosu, what looked like taking out that CAG, was really going to have the advantage here on the Lord. But answering right back, I think Farsa did get a little too over. Eugen did get too extended there with the Farsa, and she caught herself out there. And that really cost Team Gosu absolutely good chance of Lord right there by that overextension, because no one could get down there enough to save her. And even with the Uzi putting down the damage he could, he had to then take off from Lord, which he had down over half health, and go for that team fight and really burst in and try to help out Team Gosu. So both teams here really playing for this Lord as an objective right now. Not so much the lanes. You did see Extraction really work that bottom lane early, which forced YZ to go down there, but everybody is playing for this Lord. They know that this next play here, this next Lord, if it comes to that, if they don't get bursted down before with a team fight with YZ coming in here, big engage here, Ben.
Huge fight for Export. He takes it over and ults the Paquito, who's diving again and again and again, and finally gets punished for it. Honestly, backline diving and 1 now. It's 5v4. Phobius dives into that Claude. There's nowhere for him to go, and they do pick off Raphael in the back, and then they trade, and they almost get the Claude for the YZ. It's a 1-for-2 trade. Again, it just slew another hero on the other side. Man, honestly, great gameplay coming out from both these teams. It is deadlocked, man. 20-18. Neither team can take a Lord here because the other team just punishes them. They've removed General, so they have no smite. And the other side, they removed 2 members of Extraction, so they can't take it, right? And so this jockeying back and forth here, we're looking for one team to make a massive mistake, and it just seems like these little mistakes aren't enough. These teams are too good. They're able to react to one mistake and not let it snowball into the whole team dying. But now we have a tricky Lord being taken right here as members of Gosu fire it up, and only 1 member of Extraction here, Phobius, is here to deny it, but they're taking so long to do the story. They don't have a lot of damage on it, so it's fine. Natan is a long way away, and honestly, the Export's pretty close in the bottom lane. He can get here in time. It looks like Gosu is just going to give this Lord up and let it reset, not pressing their advantage. They have a huge bot lane push on the side of Extraction that's going to need to be answered at some point, and now it is 5 members of Gosu strong pushing down to that mid lane. Will they start up Lord, or is this going to be a jockeying for position, Tank?
Well, we just saw Team Gosu, right, who had all their members on the field sitting at that Lord, and Extraction didn't make a play for it. They brought their Natan over to Team Gosu's blue and started taking their jungle. They were willing to give up that Lord there and take the jungle away from General Gosu, running that Paquito. So I really like the gameplay from Extraction here, knowing that they are playing on a macro level. They are pushing lanes. They are going to take the jungle. They were about to give up Lord, and Team Gosu didn't even come out with it.
Matilda might be too deep here. She's going in. She may be punished diving on Natan. She gets out with half health. That's opened the map up, and Raphael is taking damage. But that's all going to be healed back up. These extended team fights will go in the advantage of Extraction as cooldowns are burned. General hopping back in with a little bit of poke, but Raph's just going to heal all that back up again. It's no problem. Every time they can eke out an XP advantage for the side of Extraction, it's going to be good in these extended Lord fights. Extraction does have a map advantage with the bottom lane pushing out. I expect Farce to answer that right now. She had to recall with low health. This is Extraction's time. Take position and take Lord, but it's just not been able to be done yet. Farce is in the bottom lane. It's a 5v4. YZ's in the mid, but Extraction still doesn't have the confidence to take Lord away right now. This is a 10-minute Lord standoff. Rafaela coming in, she's burst down a little bit. It's still not enough damage to take down the tanky, healing Rafaela. She flickers away, so that is a burnt summoner, and Kagura finally gets out. A flicker from YZ. He does get into the back line, and finally we've got that damage on a Raph to maybe drop her in Immortality. I expect all teams to be surrounded this Immortality and punish it. They do not get the kill on Raph. She does squeak away. Phoveus comes back in for a little bit of damage, but Claude has been on the Lord this whole time. Phoveus going back in with a little bit of damage. She's tanky as it gets, and Paquito's going to give us more and more dashes all the way through. Paquito may not be able to survive this as Phoveus taking a lot of damage in the background. It is a 1-for-1 trade right now, but Phoveus is getting low. He has been killed by the Claude. The Claude is now doing so much damage. He's able to burn those tanky fighters. But it's the Paquito giving that Phoveus ultimate after ultimate after ultimate. Extractions got such the lanes pushing. The top lane, look at the minion wave. The bottom lane, look at the minion wave. They've got to fight for this Lord and stall out and do not let Gosu clear these lanes. Lord's at 50%. Will they be able to do anything back? There's 2 members down for Extraction right now. It is a 3v4 into that Lord fight, but you can see Extraction coming back out. Why he had to go clear the lane? Now it's a 3v3 on the Lord pit. The odds are even here. We have the Export. We have the Kagura. Lord's getting low. It's down to 20%. Export does come in with ulti. He's trying to burst Lord down. It looks like it's a 12k right now. It's not enough. 8k onto the Lord. It's 2k. And what will they do? Who takes it? And Kagura takes it again. Oh, goodness. Kagura's taking 2 Lords in a row. YZ, what would they punish them, though? They dive into the back lane. They take down 1 member, diving onto the Export. The Export is alone right now, but Uzi follows it up with a little bit of damage. He isn't able to get the kill, but the Kagura is picking out. The Lord pushes up and does buy the space. Extraction needs to retreat. Extraction takes an inhibitor in the top lane, takes Lord. Kagura, 100% Lord take in this game. Tank, can you believe it?
I mean, this Kagura, right? You look at the deaths, and it's just not it's not a representation of the gameplay she's got, because this flame shot she is showing us right there, she almost took out Uzi again with that flame shot, but the YZ was able to jump in front of Uzi and take that flame shot. She almost took out the Farsa earlier, and she's taken 2 Lords now against what should have been an easy Lord take from Team Gosu, which is pretty much the only thing that saved Extraction both of these times. Having that Lord come out and giving them the time, because they are losing the exchanges a little bit towards the end now with these team fights. They are getting more players picked, but they're taking the objectives. They're playing the minions on the map. Great gameplay from Extraction here. Team Gosu looking like a little bit in trouble, and Extraction coming up with a set of minions here. Are they going to try and burst down this bottom lane inhibitor, Ben? Big team fight.
Extraction should give up right now and not push any further, man. This is the point of the game where you've taken what you can take, retreat. Do not fight at their base where they can heal up repeatedly and continue to dive you. You have the Rafaela, so you're going to be really tanking that. It's just I don't want Extraction to extend right here and take too much. Peel back, take the Lord. You're already not pushing in a position to take this wave of minions here. The poke damage you're getting on these turrets may not be worth a hard engage coming out from Gosu right now. It is a 5v5 and you're really close to their base. I'm not sure this is where they want to be fighting. I think Extraction here needs to not push the waves anymore. They're just feeding gold over to them, right? It's 82k to 82k. It's dead engaged in the mid lane. Oh my goodness, Claude's had to flicker out. That means Phoveus is going to be diving hard. Each time that flicker goes off, Phoveus gets another ultimate. He's bursted down completely, taking out the Phoveus. He may be punished here with Immortality. There's 5 members around. He does get taken down. It's a member down into the back line. The Paquito goes. The YZ's back there as well. Can the rest of the team catch up to do this? Natan's in the side lane, pushing away, and he does draw a little bit of the team's attention away so they can't continue to dive. Natan may be in trouble. He's burned the ultimate here, and YZ and Matilda are pushing down on him. The flicker is expended. Now Matilda may be too deep under a turret, and that Natan, who's going to have a lot of damage at this point in the game. Farsa does come clean up and almost one-shots the Kagura. Kagura goes down to sub 20%, but look at the side lanes for Extraction. Export's going to clean off this mid lane wave and not allow Gosu to push into this lane. They need to clear out those minions immediately, and they do. As Gosu step too far, Farsa does fall down here. Kagura with the burst. And looking at Natan, rolling around the back line, he may Claude dives into the enemy team. He does a lot of damage, but now he's caught up on the other side. Rafaela really low, but she's going to heal that up quick. Look at the side lanes for Extraction. Pushing down while Gosu's funneling on mid. Look at Extraction winning the map. There's 60 seconds on Lord. They've had a perfect setup now. 1-to-1 trade, Tank. How do we set up this map for Lord for Extraction?
Another 1-for-1 trade. Gold sitting. You do see a little bit of a change. We're sitting at a little less than 2,000 gold for the side of Extraction here, but great gameplay from Extraction when it comes to this setting these lanes up, where it looks like Team Gosu can roll down this mid lane and they can have some time to find out what they want to do and which lane they want to push. They can't, because Extraction has done such a great job with lane management, right? Making sure their minions are pushed on 2 lanes that have no inhibitors left. which forces Team Gosu to come all the way back here. And I think that's your answer. I think that's what sets up Extraction for this next Lord.
And we're engaged right here. Paquito gets punished with a little bit of positional error. General goes too far, and the export damage is back on. That's why he's dead as well. This looks like Extraction taking game 1 off of Team Gosu. 3 members down for Team Gosu. All 5 members of Extraction left up, and they burst down another one. That's Matilda down onto the Nexus, and Extraction takes game 1 over Gosu. What an upset here from Extraction, Tank. Can you believe it?
I love seeing the gameplay. Absolutely. I think they managed their lanes so well. Giving up Lord, going over, taking over those jungle, making those small plays throughout the map to really set themselves up, where even if they had a couple picks and they lost a couple heroes, Team Gosu couldn't just walk down and focus everything in one lane, because every lane towards the end was owned by Extraction. They absolutely represented there when it came to lane management. You love seeing it. The team play from both sides, I thought, was phenomenal. I thought the cat